Hello students, do you want to study in UK but don't know where to start? Don't worry. Today we'll provide you a complete guide for UK for international students. So quickly just dive into the video. UK is divided into 4 countries: England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. Each has its own unique culture and traditions, but they all share a commitment to providing high quality education. Now, let's look at the UK demographics. UK, it has an overall population of 68 billion and London being the most populous city with 8 billion population and also the capital of UK. Its per capita income is £33,400 and the average age of people living there is 39 years. These are some major cities in the UK. The UK is renowned for its world-class universities and diverse student population. The UK is home to a range of institutions including universities, colleges and specialized schools. There are 24 universities known as Russell Group universities stands out to be the most popular and top-ranked universities in the UK. These include University of Manchester, University of Birmingham, University of Warwick and many others. Now, let's see the post-study work visa. If you are going ahead with your undergraduation, the duration of the course would be 3 years or 4 years depending upon the course that you are choosing. And the post-study work visa that you will get is of 2 years. Similarly, if you are going ahead with your master's degree, the duration would be 1 year, but the post-study work visa you will get is of 2 years. But if you are going ahead with your sandwich year, the sandwich year basically refers to the mid-year. For example, if you are going ahead with your undergraduate degree, so the course duration would be 3 years, then 1 year would be a sandwich year and then 2 years of post-study work visa. Similarly, for masters, there would be 1 year of duration, 1 year of sandwich year and then 2 years of post-study work visa. Now, let's see the intake for UK. It total has 3 intakes, September being the major intake, so all the courses and universities are open for that intake. Next comes January intake. January is the minor intake for UK. There are few universities who do not take admissions, but you'll find a lot of universities open for the January intake. Now comes the May intake and is also called the negligible intake for UK. Very few universities and courses you will find to apply. Now comes the part-time jobs. There are 2 types. One is on campus and the other one is off campus. If you are working on campus, you can work in library or you can be an assistant of your professor. Next is off campus. Off campus, you can work in any cafe or anywhere outside the campus. The average duration that you can work is 20 hours per week if you are going ahead with your studies and then working part-time. In your official holidays, you can work up to 40 hours per week. Next comes the career opportunities. If you are going in the field of management, the average salary that you can expect is around £40,000 to £90,000. Likewise, if you are going ahead with your engineering, the average salary that you can expect is around £35,000 to £80,000. Now comes the IT or the computer science sector. If you are going ahead with the computer science sector, the average salary that you can expect is around 35 to 45,000 to 75,000 pounds. Now comes the finance part. For finance, the average salary that you can expect is around 30 to 60,000 pounds. Now comes the law part. If you are going ahead with law, the average salary that you can expect is around 25,000 pounds to 60,000 pounds. Now comes medicine. If you are going ahead with medicine, the average salary that starts is from 25,000 pounds and goes up to 70,000 pounds. Now marketing. If you are going ahead with marketing, the average salary that you can expect is around 25 to 50,000 pounds. Now comes education. or the teaching part. If you are going ahead with education, the average salary is 25 to 45,000 pounds. Now, if you are going ahead with psychology, the average salary that you can expect is around 20 to 40,000 pounds. And the last comes is creative art and design. If you are going ahead with that, the average salary you can expect is between 20 to 35,000 pounds. Now, let's see the top recruiters in UK. If you are going ahead with accounting and finance sector, the top recruiters that you can expect to be placed in is Deloitte, EY, KPMG and many more. If you are going ahead with engineering sector, you can expect Rolls-Royce, Jaguar, Airbus, Dyson, etc. If you are going ahead with information technology, you are likely to be placed in Accenture, Google, Microsoft, Amazon. If you are going ahead with management consulting, you can likely to be placed by McKinsey and Company, Boston Consulting Group, Accenture Services and many other. If you are going ahead with pharmaceuticals, you can likely to be placed by GlaxoSmithKline, Royce, Novartis. If you are going ahead with retail sector, you are likely to be placed by Tesco, Marks and Spencer and many others. If you are going ahead with telecommunication, you are likely to be placed by O2, Vodafone, etc. If you are going ahead with tourism and travel, you are likely to be placed by Marriott International, Hilton Worldwide and many others. If you are going ahead with education sector, you are likely to be placed by University of Oxford, University of Cambridge, London School of Economics and many other. If you are going ahead with law, you are likely to be placed by Allen and Overy and many other, as you can see it here. Now, let's see the eligibility criteria if you are going for your studies in UK. If you are going ahead with your graduation, the academic percentage that you need to have is around 55 to 60% in your 12th. And for your masters, the average percentage that you have to have in your bachelor's degree is around 50 to 55% in your undergraduation. Next comes the English proficiency requirement. If you are going ahead with bachelor's, the minimum band score that you need to require is 6.5, no band less than 6. There are few universities who do accept the bachelor students at around 6 bands, but then the minimum eligibility criteria is 6.5 for most of the universities. Now, for PG students, the minimum requirement is 6.5, no band less than 6. The intake that you can go up to for UG is September and January. And for masters, the intake that are available is September, January and May intake for few universities. The duration of the course is 3 to 4 years as we discussed earlier, and for master's degree it's 1 year and 2 years for the research programs, that if you are going ahead with that. Now let's see the total cost if you are going ahead with UK for your international studies. First is the application fees. If you are applying for the top universities, the average application fees starts from £30 to £75. That would come around 3,500 to 7,500 INR. Next is the student visa fees. The student visa fees for UK is £490. That would come around 52,000 in Indian currency approximately. Now, the healthcare or the health surcharge is around £776. That would come around 84,000 in Indian currency. Now, the average tuition fees. The average tuition fees starts from £16,000 and it goes up to £25,000 or more depending upon the universities that you are applying. In Indian currency, it would come around 16 lakh to 22 to 25 lakhs. Next is the living expenses. The living expenses is around £10,000 if you are living outside London, and if you are living inside London, it would be £12,000. In Indian currency, it would be 10 lakh if you are living outside London and 12 lakh if you are living inside London. The total expenses that you can see is 27 to 39,000 pounds, and in Indian currency, it would come around 27 lakh to 39 lakh. And now comes the scholarship part. So, there are 4 types of scholarship that you can avail while applying for UK universities. The first is merit-based scholarship. The merit-based scholarship is given to you as per your academic scores. Next is athletic scholarship. Athletic scholarship are for the people who are into sports. Next is university scholarship. University scholarship majorly are automated scholarships, also known as bursaries, but then there are few scholarships that you have to apply by writing up the essays. Next is internal and external scholarships. So internal scholarships are availed by universities, and external scholarship is given to you by the government. I hope you liked the video and you got the insight of the whole UK if you're going ahead with your international studies. So all the best for your journey ahead, and if you like the video, please do subscribe the channel and share it with your friends. Thank you.